your life, your news.
Football season is finally back in Arkansas. Good evening. I'm Hillary Hunt. The Razorbacks are in Little Rock tonight, taking on Florida A&M in the first game of the season. Tara Talmadge and our Pig Trail Nation team is live outside War Memorial to bring us an update on that exciting game. Hey, guys.
That is right, Hillary. A very exciting game going on right now. DJ Williams joining me here in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium. DJ, now you know football. You used to play for the University.
I used to try my best.
So what's one thing that's really stood out to you tonight?
I would say, it's just pregame jitters. You have a group of guys that have not played together as far as competitively with another team. They've been at practice, but it's a completely different ball game when you get them out here in the field. The chemistry between Austin Allen and his receivers. One time he did a great job showing an experienced quarterback. He went through his progression. Number 1 wasn't there. Number 2 wasn't there. He scanned all the way across the field, threw a dart to his receiver, number 3 option, and he dropped it.
Yeah.
A couple plays later, Austin Allen scrambled in the backfield, made an amazing play, ended up throwing it to Austin Cantrell. But if you see, he was waiting for Cantrell to come open up early in the play, but he couldn't get off the line of scrimmage. So the timing, the chemistry isn't there yet. You would love to see Jared Cornelius play a little bit more so you can have a little bit more promise for the next game. But this will be a big learning game for those young receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, Cornelius and TJ Hammonds were a question mark coming into today. Hammonds was on the field for a good amount of time. But I do have to say, the offensive line looked pretty good. They seemed to be gelling.
Yeah, they looked solid. There was a couple looks that Florida A&M threw at them that kind of threw them off. But that's expected the first game. One thing that I didn't notice today that I was very happy about were pre-snap penalties and holding penalties. So the offensive line didn't hurt themselves. So that's very promising, very excited to see. But one thing I am sad about is that I haven't seen Hillary Hunt in a very long time. And this crowd here was a little bit quiet. Hillary Hunt, if she was here, she would have had him going crazy because I know Hillary brings the juice.
Oh, she would have been calling the hogs. That's right, Hillary.
Sure.
That's right, guys. Woo Pig Suey. Not a bad way to start the season so far. Well, thanks so much, guys. A fresh season means a fresh start. At least that's what Hog fans are hoping for. Fox 24's Alex Capriello is live along Dixon Street to show us how the Razorback faithfuls are readying themselves for 2017. Hey, Alex.
The Razorbacks are coming off a less than ideal last year, finishing off that season 7-6 and losing to Virginia Tech in that Belk Bowl. But nevertheless, Razorback fans haven't lost hope, and in fact, they're feeling kind of happy. They're feeling giddy, and they're ready for this brand new season, the 5th season with Brett Bielema as head coach. I spent a few hours today on Dixon just talking to people, trying to feel out how they're feeling about this new season, this 2017-2018 season. Here's what they had to say.
I want at least 10 wins. That's a good goal, I think. 10 wins would be pretty good, but I really want to make a good bowl game and, always go for a national championship. That'd be awesome, but we'll see.
I think this year we're going to beat A&M because I think they're kind of a dumpster fire this year, and I think we can really step up and get them this year.
Obviously, you can see high hopes, especially against that A&M game. That's going to be a fingers crossed for that one. But everyone in general feeling very optimistic about this season. And so the next game after this one, of course, with the Hogs leading 28-0, they're going to take on TCU next week right here at home at 2:30. Live in Fayetteville, Alex Capriello, Fox 24 News.
Turning our attention now to the devastation in Texas. In Harvey's wake, the storm's death toll is continuing to grow, with at least 31 storm-related deaths now confirmed. There are now some 8,000 people in Houston's convention center, down from 10,000 earlier this week. Fox 24's Ellison Barber shows us the latest happening in Houston.
Harvey reached land almost a week ago, but some neighborhoods like this one behind me are still underwater. Some people are trying to get out, waiting for people to rescue them. Others are trying to get in and get a look at all of the damage.
I'm honestly at a loss for words. I just know I have work to do.
Across Houston, a large-scale door-to-door operation searching flooded homes and helping some who've been stranded for days, while others are getting their first look at Harvey's destruction.
I'm a single mom with 3 girls, so, to see our life literally float away, in a sense, and just being drowned, I got got to swallow it and keep going.
Outside Houston, federal officials are now closely monitoring air quality after a series of fiery storm-related blasts at an area chemical plant. Officials say tons of highly volatile chemicals have burned, sending up smoke, prompting evacuations. In hard-hit Port Arthur and Beaumont, military teams still carrying out emergency rescues.
Everything destroyed. We lost everything in the house. Everything.
Vice President Mike Pence spending time visiting parts of the Texas Gulf Coast on Thursday after he made this plea.
I want to urge every American to do what Texans who themselves are oftentimes dealing with hardship in their own household and their own family are doing. That is, find a way to help.
At least one person is still trapped in a house in this neighborhood behind me. They reached out to a volunteer via text saying they would like for someone to come and get them. The problem is, now that it's dark, rescue crews aren't going down there. That person will have to wait until the morning. In Houston, I'm Ellison Barber, Fox News.
Fox 24 has also teamed up with the American Red Cross to help people recover. We have posted a direct link on our homepage, fox24news.tv, where 100% of those proceeds will go to help those Harvey victims. The rain may be easing up, but more mandatory evacuations are being ordered near Houston. Officials say it's not due to rising water. Police are keeping people from returning to their homes as well. People are encouraged to bring their important documents and medicine with them when they leave their homes. Vice President Mike Pence visited those affected by the storms today in Corpus Christi. Pence hugged survivors, prayed with them, even pitched in to help haul away some of that debris from a damaged home. The vice president also told reporters that President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania will return to Texas on Saturday. The White House says Trump plans to visit the Houston area as well as parts of southern Louisiana. Earlier this week, Walmart pledged $1 million to help Harvey relief efforts in Texas. After seeing just how destructive the storm was, the world's largest retailer will now donate $10 million in cash and necessary items to support groups like the Salvation Army, Feeding America, and the Hurricane Harvey Relief Fund. The company will also match customers' donations to the American Red Cross 2-to-1. That means every $1 you give, they'll donate up to $10 million in total.
The devastation is just absolutely complete. So it's flooding people's houses, it's disrupting roads, it's impacting businesses. So we saw the level of impact, and we wanted to get engaged as quickly as possible.
People have been asking all week what they can do to help, and so starting today, as soon as we hung the signs, we already had customers excited and ready and wanting to donate, and it's been really positive all day.
Customers can donate at the checkout counter, online, or via text message. The campaign started today and will run through September 6th. Texas officials say they've gotten hundreds of complaints about price gouging and scams. One convenience store in Houston reportedly charged $20 for a gallon of gas, $8 for a bottle of water, and $100 for a case. The state has received close to 700 price gouging complaints in all. New at 9, Sebastian County deputies, along with search and rescue, made it back to Arkansas today after helping in Houston. On Tuesday, the team packed up their boat and headed west. Fox 24's Haley Huey is live in studio to show us how they experienced the effects of Hurricane Harvey firsthand. Haley.
Hillary, the 6 department members and search and rescue crew all volunteered. They say their help was more than needed, and they're grateful they were there to aid Houston's law enforcement.
The devastation itself, it's something you can't begin to understand. Pictures do not do it justice.
Houston and many parts of the Gulf Coast are in a state of emergency.
Until you actually see it firsthand, I don't think it's realistic that you can comprehend the damage.
The Sebastian County Sheriff's Office immediately planned a trip to Houston when they heard about the severity of Hurricane Harvey.
There was not one person from law enforcement to least privileged that was not grateful for our arrival.
Captain John Miller instantly volunteered to go on the trip because he hopes someone would do the same for his family.
They're human beings, they're still citizens of this country, and if we can help each other, then that's what we're going to do.
Once boots were on the ground in Texas, they got to work helping out Montgomery County.
Their swiftwater rescue team was in need of some assistance for personnel, plus we did have our boat, so we were able to go out and help them.
Miller says law enforcement put boats on roofs to save people. Fortunately, the Sebastian County team didn't have to save anyone.
As we went through, our main mission was rescue. Second was recovery and make sure that nobody was trapped in any houses.
Even though the group just arrived back in Arkansas, Miller says they'd go back in a heartbeat if needed.
The pictures that you're seeing, even the live streams that some of the stations are getting, it doesn't show the destruction, the panic level that storm and those people have endured.
The SCSO will also continue to act as a donation site for supplies. Bottled water and ready-to-eat foods are being accepted at the Sheriff's Office, which will then coordinate with the Red Cross to get supplies to people in and around Houston. Due to popular demand, the donation site will remain open through Saturday, with donations being accepted from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Live in studio, Haley Huey, Fox 24 News.
Thank you, Haley. Mail service remains on hold in greater Houston area, but about 3 dozen U.S. post offices will open tomorrow for check and medication deliveries only. UPS will also get its brown box truck back on the road in Austin and parts of Corpus Christi. All package delivery companies closed operation last weekend when Harvey made landfall. Harvey is also leaving its mark on Arkansas, especially in the Delta region. Certain crops are being harvested early to avoid Harvey's rain remnants. It's too early for one of the natural state's most popular crops, soybeans, to be plucked from the ground. Many farmers had to start over because of flooding in April and May, and heavy rain could cause crops to fall over. Rice crops could especially be vulnerable. Strawberries, corn, and pumpkin patches could also be impacted. Once again, we want to remind you, Fox 24 has provided a way for you to help Harvey victims recover. We've teamed up with the American Red Cross and posted a link on our homepage, fox24news.tv. 100% of those donations will go to those Hurricane Harvey relief efforts. Breaking news surrounding the search for a missing hiker in Devil's Den State Park. Search and rescue operations have been scaled back. Crews have covered just under 4,000 acres since last Sunday. 33-year-old Rodney Letterman of Bartlesville, Oklahoma, experienced some kind of medical issue and his friend left to get supplies. Letterman was gone when he returned. This weekend, every hiker along Buttersfield Trail will be given a flyer with Letterman's picture and hope that he can be found. A new memorial is being considered in Washington, D.C. We'll give you a look at the proposed idea and where it could be built. Plus,
what we are trying to do is to have a system that encourages people to work, to improve their lives, and to help their families.
Could another healthcare solution be on the table in our nation's capital? We'll show you what some are fighting for now when it comes to your healthcare options. Dan.
Hillary, Harvey is finally lessening his grip on the natural state as it continues to track east. So what does that mean for our Labor Day weekend? And what are those temperatures going to do? Well, we'll show you that Fox 20 forecast next.
Live from the Dixon in HD, Hillary Hunt and Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott. This is Fox 24 News at 9. Your life, your news. Closed caption is sponsored by Park Hill Clinic for Women.
You find yourself in a different world. A world where you're hunted. And everything changes. Forever.
Health South Rehabilitation Hospitals in Fort Smith and Fayetteville.